Hey, it's Jörg. Listen to Fox on the Wire. Have fun.
Welcome to the Fox on the Wire podcast, where we talk with musicians and people in the industry from all around the world, all for the love of music. Welcome everybody to episode number 92 of Fox on the Wire. We have one of our favorite guests back for today's show. We have Jörg, all the way from Germany. Welcome, Jörg. Welcome back.
Well, welcome. Nice for having me. Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
It's a pleasure, always.
It's probably been a couple of years. I think we did the Metallica episode a couple of years ago now when it came out. What's the album called?
If my memory serves correctly, I think we talked about Saint Anger.
Oh, Saint Anger, yes. Okay. Yeah, well, now it's the 30th anniversary of the LOAD album. So I reached out to you a few days ago, earlier this week, I think, and do you want to come back on the podcast and talk about this album? Because it's still one of my favorite Metallica albums, and from memory, it's one of yours, or you have at least a soft spot for it. And I thought we'll get you back on the show and we can talk about it and celebrate the 30th anniversary. So, yes, welcome back to the show. Nice to see you again. You are indeed in Germany still?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yep. So, what's been happening in general with you since we last spoke to you? You had a gig last night, you were telling me.
That's true. I had a couple of gigs over the few months, and most recently, beside from yesterday evening, we played in Frankfurt in Zoom with another Metallica tribute band, Metallica, in collaboration also with Saint Germany. This is a German Metallica chapter, fan club chapter, pretty famous actually, which I am also a member of, and we were lucky enough to play the night in between when Metallica was in Frankfurt. So Metallica played Friday and Sunday, and we played with Metallica on Saturday, which was a blast. Yeah, would love to do it again.
Wow.
It was just a great day, great weekend, great vibes. It was just unbelievable.
Has Metallica rolled through Germany recently? Or
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, they played in Berlin and in Frankfurt, and I was going to Frankfurt. Wow, amazing set list. Shortest Straw, Until It Sleeps. Well, speaking of LOAD, and Leper Messiah is also a rarity live nowadays. I wish they would have played a bit more from Load and Reload, actually, because of the Reload box, which is coming out pretty soon.
Yep.
But amazing show. Great sound, and the production by itself is, wow, just speechless, man.
Can you imagine how hard it would be for like a band like Metallica to put a set list together with a catalog like they've got? Like, it's just insane. Like, but I love how they come back to some of those cuts like Shortest Straw and Leper Messiah.
Oh, absolutely. You know? Absolutely. I mean, I'm the wrong guy to talk about this. I'm a hardcore fan, and I would love to hear so much different songs than they play. I'm not saying the songs they play they are not good.
Yeah.
Come on, Master Puppets, Seek and Destroy. They playing all their, let's say, hits. But for me as a hardcore fan, there are so many songs I would love to hear live again. Like Dream No More, for example. I think that song would look amazing during this production. Or The Thing That Should Not Be. Speaking of LOAD, Bleeding Me, for example. Or maybe a song they have never played live, like The House Jack Built. And Reload, Devil's Dance. Or Unforgiven 2. So many great songs, but I do get it. I do get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, I unfortunately missed them when they came through Melbourne late last year. Just couldn't get tickets. I think I had a couple of gigs of my own that same week, so it was a bit of a hectic week, but couldn't get tickets and didn't feel too good about it. So, I was hoping they were going to announce a second show. But unfortunately they didn't, so I missed them. So now I haven't seen them since like 2008 when they played with Lamb of God. So it's been a while for me, unfortunately. But yeah, I've seen that you've probably seen them a couple of times now, fairly recently.
Yes.
Whereabouts were you right in the pit this time around? I'm pretty sure you were pretty close up, yeah?
The first night I was just general admission, and the second night I got lucky with a Snake Pit.
So what are they? Obviously, they're still on top of their game, but like, how would you rate them now compared to maybe that 2008 era? Or first of all, when did you first see them? What year did you first see them? What was your first concert?
My first time seeing Metallica live was in 2003 with Slipknot and a band I shouldn't name now.
Yeah.
Because the singer is a bad guy. It was Saint Anger Tour.
Yeah.
That was one of my first experience Metallica live. And great, man. Come on. And since then I have seen them a couple of times. Almost every time in Germany, but I went to Switzerland to Sonisphere Festival with the Big Four, or Big Four in general in Germany. Went to Prague, went to San Francisco for the 30th anniversary. Yeah. That was amazing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I saw them in 2004 for the first time. Unfortunately, it wasn't at a very good venue. It wasn't one of our best venues in Melbourne, but I was still there and I still loved it. So I guess, in general, how would you compare Metallica of 2026 live to the Metallica of 2004? Generally.
Well, I think they're still on top of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they're a bit older now, and they have to adapt a bit for the playing styles. I mean, James is not down picking everything nowadays, but he still has the attack, and he's still tight as hell. And Lars found a way to commit through a show with the same energy. But the sound is so different because they switched to digital years ago, and the production by itself is different from the regular stage you see at a stadium or in a hall something, to this round bit which they do like since LOAD, I think. But yeah, I think they're still on top of the game. James seems better than ever. Some people might say they miss the aggression from the early days, but come on, man.
Yeah, to be able to sing like he's still singing is pretty incredible. The playing guitar thing's a whole different thing, but the singing is probably the main thing because, what is he now, 60? And,
63? Almost?
A lot of guys that age can't really sing anywhere near what they used to. And, I just think vocally is probably the big thing for me. He's obviously still got it. He sings a bit differently, sure, not as much aggression and stuff, but it's still there. He still sounds like James. And they just like I can only go by what's on YouTube and stuff like that. But I still love watching these new videos that they put out all the time, the live videos. So yeah. All right. Well, we're here to talk about LOAD. We can veer off as we have already. It's understandable. This Metallica thing's a big topic. So I'm trying to think back, and we may have discussed this on the previous couple of Metallica ones that we've done. So I'm trying to think when I first heard them. I'm pretty sure it was Until It Sleeps when that was released and it came on the radio and I was in the car. Pretty sure. So that's why I got a bit of a soft spot for Load, because I loved it. And obviously I went into their back catalogue after that and learnt all the old stuff. Whereas I think if you were into Metallica from the thrash era, when they released Load, or even the Black Album for that matter, it was a bit hard for people to stomach, for fans to stomach, because it wasn't the thrash that they were used to. But for me, and possibly you as well, you can tell me, but Load was my, I think, introduction to Metallica. And, I still listen to Until It Sleeps and I'm like, this is a fucking great song. And it's heavy. And I still love it. I even love the video. So yeah, I think that was my introduction. And then my best mate and I, he got the Load album, he got the Load tab book. We were learning guitar together and off we went. And yeah, so it was a big rabbit hole from then onwards. How about you? Do you remember what was your first Metallica album, or when you first heard them?
Oh, Black Album.
Black Album. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before Metallica, I listened a lot to, Kiss, AC/DC. And when I went to, back then, like record stores, and I had I wanted to buy another AC/DC album. So I had this Back in Black and this mysterious black, nothing on it. Well, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And I bought it without listening. So it was a Black Album. So my first song was probably Enter Sandman. But maybe I heard Nothing Else Matters on MTV or the German music channel Viva. So I was so hooked on the Black Album and went then back through the previous albums before that. But yeah, the Black Album is probably my favorite because the production, the sounds, songwriting, and of course my first album of them.
So was this before Load was actually
released?
Yeah.
I was like, 13 maybe, 12, 13.
So what are we talking, like 93?
94. I was born in 82.
Yeah.
94, 95 maybe. Yeah. So, and then right shortly after that, Load came out. And I think I saw the video first, Until It Sleeps, like you.
Yeah.
Then I was because Metallica was, the band for me was the shit. And nothing compared to Metallica. I still love to listen to what I listened to before. But man, that energy they had on the Black Album and of course on Justice and Puppets and Red Lightning and Kill 'Em All. But then I saw like the video Until It Sleeps, that sounds different. And then talking about Black Album going to Load, and that sounds different, but still cool. So and then came the album, and then the first song, Ain't My Bitch. So that doesn't sound like Metallica at all. So I had a learning curve for that album, but nowadays it's one of my favorites.
So you
because they stepped up the production on so many levels.
Yeah, on Load or Black, you mean?
No, from Black Album to Load, actually.
Oh yeah. So did you, going from Black to Load, did you hear a massive difference? Did you?
Oh, obviously. I mean, I don't care about the looks. People talking about, they cut their hair. Come on, Jason was the first guy in 93.
Yeah.
You see Jason on stage with almost a bald head, still banging like no tomorrow. and the same energy. So I don't care about the looks. Yeah, of course, wasn't the probably the most liked fashion style they had, but I don't care about that. For me, the most important thing is the music.
Even Phil from Pantera, like he'd shaved his head in 91 or 92. You know, he was doing it.
Right?
Yeah. And he looked awesome. So
of course. I mean, with the strength tattoo here and this Cowboy from Hell logo on the other side.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know the whole haircut thing for Metallica really
don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. But I do get it from the people that heard Metallica way before that. I mean, my singer, for example, saw Metallica in '85 here in Germany, still with Cliff.
Yeah, right. Wow.
I do get it when people say that's not my Metallica. I do get it.
Yeah.
But what is wrong for a band, and I don't care what band it is, to try something new?
Yeah. Well, I think we discussed this for the Saint Anger episode. Like, if Metallica didn't have that album, as much as we may not like it or it doesn't stack up next to Master of Puppets or something, they needed that album for themselves.
100%.
If we didn't get that album, we probably wouldn't have them today. And dare I say, that's the same for Load and probably Reload. You know, they had to do those albums. Take it as you will. You may not like it, you may like it, but I think if we didn't have those two albums, we may not even have Metallica now. So it's.
I was talking about this topic with a friend of mine, Scott. Shout out Scott. He's from Scotland, actually from Edinburgh,
and he from Scotland.
He was right. Nice dude, love him. And he wrote me something on Instagram, and he sent over a quote from Phil. I think his name is, the psychiatrist through St. Anger Time. And I think he said something like, you are not doing this for this album. You're doing it for the albums after that.
Yeah, right.
And when you listen then to Death Magnetic, going back a bit to the roots, and so St. Anger is maybe the most important record in their catalog. Without this topic they had, with everything they had going on, I don't think we would have the Metallica we have today.
Yeah. It's definitely a turning point, and it just so happens that it kind of lands, at least at this point in time, like halfway through their career. It was it 2003? So what's that, 20 years after Kill 'Em All?
Right.
And now we're 2026, so kind of just 23 years on. So it's the halfway point, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, you know, back when that came out, it's like Metallica had been around forever, but it was only like 20 years, and now it's like 40 years. It's crazy. But yeah, no, that's interesting. It's so true, I think. Yep.
Yeah, but I think they always said in interviews in before Load came out, they make music they want to hear. So it is important for an artist to be honest to themselves. And if they wanted to make this album, they needed it to get away from, maybe for their own sanity, for their creative minds. And I don't know in depth how important the grunge scene around that time, you know, with Nirvana, Soundgarden, all that stuff, how that impacted the result of writing these songs. I mean, probably they had some effect, but I still think they needed to do this for their own sanity, for their creative minds.
Yeah.
And what's wrong about that? Just because it is Metallica? If this would be an album not named by the artist Metallica, by someone else, maybe you did it for example, this album would still be an amazing album.
Yeah.
But not connected with the thrash metal band Metallica. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no other band. Like, they're not trying to sound like anyone else. Like, it still sounds like Metallica is just a different version of, and it's not like, oh, they're trying to copy such and such in this song. Like, it doesn't even, to me, it doesn't sound remotely close to anything else, really. It's not like they were trying to sound a bit like Nirvana or anything like that. You know, it's just a different version of Metallica. And I think over the 40 odd years, Metallica's a journey. You know, different times, different eras. So, and that's Load's just another one of those. Load and Reload's another one of those. But like, also, you know, off the back of the success and the massive tour of the Black Album, like, how would you feel after that? What the hell do you do after such a massive album and such a massive tour? What do you do next? You know, just can't even imagine. So the fact that we got an album that quickly maybe is a blessing. It is maybe amazing in itself, you know.
No one from us can imagine what that would be. I mean, putting out an album like the Black Album, being on tour for like almost 400 dates or 300 something, like 3 years on tour. You don't know where you are. What time is it?
Yeah. No
one can imagine that beside the bands or the artists that been through this. And then the fan base is expecting like Puppets 2 or another Justice for All, but you as an artist, no, you won't repeat yourself, which is fine.
I just don't think that would have worked anyway. I mean, you know, I think they knew what they needed to do, and I think it's still, like, a lot of people still talk about these albums in a positive way. You know, they might say that it could have been one good album instead of two, you know, separate albums like Load and Reload. Possibly. If I had to pick a favorite out of the two, I would probably say Load as an album. But a couple of my favorite all-time Metallica songs are on Reload. But I think Load as a whole album is probably one of my favorites.
Which one is your favorite from Reload?
Devil's Dance, Low Man's Lyric, Memory Remains, Fuel. When I was growing up, I don't really listen to that too much anymore. Yeah, probably Devil's Dance. I think like there's just something about that. That's a grouse song. Yeah, but there's a couple on there like Bad Seed and stuff that I could probably skip over. But yeah, yeah. But Memory Remains. I mean, how good is that? Like, it's good live. The video was grouse. I still remember when that came out. Like, that was a big one.
Same.
So, just a great song.
Oh yeah, and then being in San Francisco and they playing Fix It for the first time live. I was losing my mind.
Yeah. Had they played that any time previously, or was that the first time they played?
No, they only jammed it on certain spots through the years for like an introduction for a next song. They jammed a bit on it. Yeah. And I don't know, do you have the load box?
No.
Check out YouTube. They played Fix It, the sound check, when they played north of Canada. Like, what is it? The place called something. That was amazing, and I so hope they would have played Fix It during that time of an era.
Yeah.
But same with the Memory Remains. Memory Remains. My Friend of Misery with Jason.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, imagine the backup vocals from Jason during this era. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So Fixer is a big one for me.
Yep.
Devil's Dance is great. of course, Feel Memory Remains. But I
Unforgiven 2.
really love Unforgiven 2. I
Yes.
love to play Unforgiven 2. I love the crunch of these chords. And it's not easy to play at all. A bunch of them are not so easy to play, actually, because it's a different feel and groove. It's more... some of these songs have a Sabbath type of feel. It's a different groove. It's not so, it's not so you play, for example, Mesophones. You have to be right on the track, right on time. So there's a bit of a groove. There's sliding into those notes, which makes it not so easy to replicate it. But I love it. For example, the riff in House Jack Built or Where the Wild Things Are. Man. Or Bad Seed. Which is, I think, I hear like a hammer-on pull-off in that riff. Some play the note by itself. I think there's something different. But there's so many great riffs on it, and the songwriting on Load it's so personal. I mean, Mama said.
Yeah.
A bunch of these songs are so personal, which makes it easier to love it because you feel more connected to it. And then with the production on it, the thousands of guitar layers on it, which they mastered on Load, it's amazing. Bob Rock knew how to make them sound sonically good.
Yeah. Well, he'd gone through the whole Black Album experience with them, hadn't he? So I guess he got to know them pretty well.
Sure.
But I read earlier when I was doing some research just to top up my knowledge a little bit, that Load album was the first album that Kirk played rhythm guitars.
It's true.
Also by the encouragement of Lars, or mainly by the encouragement of Lars.
Yeah, he brought a different aspect to the dimension of the rhythm tracks.
Yeah.
Previously, James recorded everything with rhythm tracks.
Yeah.
But he also used, according to Fleming, James not only used his guitar, but also Kirk's guitar for the doubling. But on Load, yes, Kirk recorded rhythm tracks by himself. And I think he made a great impact on these rhythm tracks. Yeah. Listen to, for example, Carpe Diem. The difference in the guitars, what they recorded, and they fit perfectly together into my ears.
Yeah, Kirk, I mean, a lot of people sort of mention, well, actually a lot of people hang shit on Kirk, don't they, for his guitar playing, which I just don't understand, but he often doesn't get enough credit for keeping up with the rhythms, like in a live setting. Like, James gets all the credit for his, down picking and all that stuff, but Kirk's doing it too. Like, he's right there.
And Jason did it too.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that stuff is not easy to play. So, in a way, I'm kind of glad I started learning the Load album, because that was a little bit easier than, like a Master of Puppets or a Battery. So,
yeah. Or Disposable Heroes. Oh, man. That song. Whew.
But even back then, when I was like early teenager, like Metallica, guitar-wise, were just, up there, and it was very challenging, and it still is, to learn a lot of that stuff, as you would probably know, because you've learned a lot more of it than I have. But I found that the Load album, it's full of great riffs. I actually think Kirk really, I guess for a lack of a better word, shines on this album. He's got his slide solo in Ain't My Bitch, sort of the bluesy thing in 2x4, the talk box in House That Jack Built. And then
wasn't that recorded by James?
Oh, was it?
I don't know. I think I saw a picture online, and I think also in the load box in the book, James using a talk box.
Right.
I think James used it.
I'm just looking.
But also really interesting. To my ears, and I have tried to replicate the song during my covers for Instagram. I think the house jack build has two different guitar tunings. Oh, I mean, we all know that they started to tune down their guitars during, I think, 95 to E flat.
Yep.
So Load is recorded in E flat. But I think the second guitar in the house jack build is tuned down to C sharp. Just for one note.
Oh, really? Yeah, you're right about James using the talk box. Hang on. Kirk played the solo while James talked into the box. That's on Reddit. I don't know. Anyway, that's cool. That's actually probably my favorite song off Load, I reckon. House that Jack built. Kind of interesting. You said they've never played it live?
No.
Interesting. Do you know why?
There are still a couple songs they haven't played live. And the house jack build is one of them.
Do you know why?
I don't know. I think some of these songs weren't really to replicate live for delay settings or stuff. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to. I'm not sure. I mean, they played. What did they play live? They played Ain't My Bitch. They played 2x4 early on. I think 2x4 was the first song they played live.
Did they play that before Load came out? Like, I'm pretty sure I was watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And James had sort of the rat tail.
You mean the famous mullet?
Yeah. he looks so menacing in that thing.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
They played Until It Sleeps, obviously, Bleeding Me, Also Torn, Mama's
King Nothing.
King Nothing. Mama Said is only played by James.
Was that acoustic thing that he
Yes.
did for All Within My Hands or something?
Yes. Also, I think on a TV show in Netherlands.
Yeah, right.
What else?
The Cure?
No.
Outlaw Torn. I kind of wanted to talk about,
of course,
some of these songs live too, because it's hard not to veer off course here, but that's all right. Some of the live versions of these songs made me love the songs even more. So if I think about Outlaw Torn from the first symphony, S&M.
Yes.
If I think about Bleeding Me from, I think it was Woodstock 99. Was it Woodstock?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, those two in particular off the, and King Nothing off, I brought out some old favourites here. King Nothing off Cunning Stunts.
Yeah. Is that still VHS?
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. Still got the VHS.
Awesome.
Yeah. I brought along a few goodies tonight. Just stuff that I grew up with. Obviously, the album as well. But
oh yeah,
I don't know if you can see that poster behind me.
So
Poor Touring Me poster. I've had that since I was a teenager. So I had that on my wall for years. That's why it's a bit beaten up. But the live versions of these songs, I guess particularly on Cunning Stunts, because that's what I probably started watching first. Oh, and the Kill Ride medley. Oh, do you remember that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I can't tell you how much I watched this show.
Yeah.
And still to this day, there's some seconds. I never noticed that before.
Yeah. Wow. What a set list. So this was recorded in Texas in 1997.
I think this show has also the first live version of Fuel. Is that true?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, well, May of 1997. So when was Reload released?
97.
97. Was it in? It's January 1st on Spotify, but that doesn't sound right. But yeah, it was definitely 97. But yeah, you could be right actually. Yeah. Yep. Wow. But yeah, the live versions, like King Nothing in particular, like Kirk's solo, just that really thick wah solo.
Oh yeah.
God damn, I fucking love that shit. Same with Bleeding Me as well. Like, and that's what I mean. Like Kirk really, I think, is all over this album. Even like Hero of the Day, just that sort of, it's a pretty basic solo in terms of what he can do, but fits the song perfectly.
Another song they played live.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Oh, actually, they played. That was on this as well. Hero of the Day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
Actually, that's kind of funny. They play Ain't My Bitch, Hero of the Day, and King Nothing all in a row on this. They don't sort of spread them out, but yeah, cool. Yeah, that was a big one for me. That Cunning Stunts, big one.
Yeah, for me as well.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Load was released on, or it's Metallica's 6th studio album, released on June 4th, 1996. Recorded between May 1995 and April 1996 with Bob Rock. And actually, Hetfield and Lars got producer credits on this one too, which I didn't realize. Yeah, so... but yeah, obviously got released with mixed reviews.
Still #1 platinum record.
Yeah. Yep.
As I said earlier, I also needed a learning curve for this album. First I was hooked, and then I was like, oh no, that doesn't sound right. But today and it has been for a couple of years now, this album is so still underappreciated.
Yep.
It still is.
Yep.
Unfortunately. Because it has the name Metallica on it. And still for so many people, it's not Metallica. Metallica has to be thrashy. So who said that?
Well, they still play all their old stuff. It's not like they've just put it all to the side and pretend it doesn't exist. Like some bands do, with their major hits. They just don't play it anymore and they pretend it doesn't exist. But Metallica doesn't do that. So
yeah.
But yeah, the front cover was always an interesting one. An abstract painting by artist Andre Serrano, mixing blood and semen. Now, it doesn't tell us whose blood or semen it was, but we'll leave that as a mystery, I guess. But yeah, interesting choice.
It is.
Not sure who came up with that one.
I bought that album when it came out on first day.
Yep.
Yeah. But still, I love the production of them on that album. I just love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
you can say all you want, but Bob Rock just knew how to make them sonically great. I'm not mocking or disrespect to Fleming. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
The previous albums sounded perfectly the way they are during that time. But Bob Rock just knew how to make them sonically great.
Again, it's a different era. So
it is. Certainly also the technique evolved and all that stuff that came around during that time, and they made use of it. But the layering of guitar tracks was key on this And also the drums. My God, the bass drum and the snare sounded so huge.
Mm. And, you know, I don't know if it's because I've grown up with it. And I could say this, ponder this same question for a lot of other albums too that I grew up on, but it doesn't sound dated to me.
True.
So yeah, I don't know if that's my own sort of bias or just the fact that my ears are so used to it, but it doesn't sound dated. You know, it still sounds good. Yeah, but yeah. So the first single release was "Until It Sleeps." That was released on May 20th in 1996, and its music video. And the single became Metallica's first and still to date top 10 single on the US Billboard charts, or Billboard Hot 100, as well as the band's second top 5 in the UK, with number 1 positions in Australia, Sweden, and Finland. So yeah, that was their first single. It's kind of interesting, the singles that they picked. Like, maybe not Until It Sleeps, but the second one was Hero of the Day. So, you know, the softer side, I guess, of the album. Third one was Mama Said, which I kind of find interesting as a single release. I love the song, and I sort of love that side of James. Like, if you compare it to like a Nothing Else Matters or something like that, I would go for Mama Said myself, probably because I've heard Nothing Else Matters just too much. You know, it's on FM radio all the time. It's like, oh, come on, play something else by Metallica. But yeah, Mama Said and Low Man's Lyric off Reload I would love to hear more of that sort of stuff from James. So yeah, Mama Said was the third single, and then fourth single was King Nothing. I think that was only released in the US and Canada though as a single. Yeah. So yeah, kind of interesting they picked softer songs like Hero of the Day and Mama Said. Maybe. Yeah.
But it also makes sense, especially with Mama Said, because it's like Nothing. It's a very personal topic, but easy to connect.
Yep.
Plus the song, and also Ronnie showed the country affection, country songs sound affection to James.
Yeah.
He was big into country during that time, which you also can see during his visual with the cowboy hats, and which he still wears to nowadays.
Yeah.
Cowboy boots.
Yeah. Cigar.
Right.
But he was, I think, around the Black Album tour. I think I remember seeing him, you know, off stage with the cowboy hat. Was that around the Black Album? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Famous interview, Milton Keynes.
And I would have liked to hear more of that sort of stuff from James. I think a lot of people said the same thing about Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. Like, had a touch of that country thing in at times. Yeah, but they never quite went all the way with like a full sort of solo country-ish album or anything like that, or even just acoustic album. But yeah, Low Man's Lyric and Mama Said, I love those songs. Like, they're just incredible songs. So
for some reason, I would love to hear James doing like a country metal album. You know, do you know this video? He made I think there was a show as a tribute to Waylon Jennings, and he covered Don't You Think This a little bit. I think Bob Rock was also on bass on that song.
Right.
And he made a country metal version out of the song, and it sounded perfectly for him. So I would love to hear James doing like a country metal album.
Yeah.
That would be dope, actually.
Do you think he'll ever sort of not stray from Metallica, but just slightly step out and maybe do something like that?
I don't know. I mean, he made a couple of guest appearances for South Park, for example, or doing a song with Corrosion of Conformity.
Oh,
but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think he's still in his mind loyal and thinking, I know I have my band, I'm stick to it. Which is fine as well. And I don't think he wants to do so much beside Metallica, because Metallica is still a huge part of his daily life.
Yeah.
And in his life in general, obviously. That I don't think he wants to take more time to do something else of his life away, you know? I think he wants to spend some free time, that much that he has, with his now fiance and with his kids.
Yeah.
And just enjoy life as much as he can beside Metallica.
Yeah. Have you listened to James's son's band much? What are they called?
Oh no, not a song. I'm sorry, not a song.
Not his son?
No, not one song.
Oh, not one song. Sorry, yeah. What are they called? Is it Bastardane or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. I see James sort of wearing the t-shirt to, show some support, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I should probably give them a listen actually, because I've really got into. Oh, not really, but I do like Wolfgang Van Halen.
Oh yeah.
He's really trying to forge his own path and not just
great
milk off his dad's name. But
great. I saw them as a support for Metallica in Hamburg.
Yeah, right.
That was great. Wolfgang is. I love that he's doing his own path instead of following his dad, and I think he's doing great. And the songs, the albums he two, I think, so incredible.
Yeah,
incredible. And keeping in mind that he recorded everything by himself.
Yeah,
every instrument is amazing.
Drums, everything. Yeah,
everything. He's an even better drummer than the guitar player, which is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really talented dude, and then he's still putting out all. I don't know how much input he's got, but all the EVH gear, which for me, I love their amps. I got a few of their heads, but yeah, he's very talented dude, and yeah, like some of the kids of these really prominent artists, like Wolfgang. Who else off the top of my head? Even Dave Grohl's daughter, she's stepping out now and releasing some of her own music. They're quite massive shadows of their parents to sort of step out
or Rob's son, who was playing with Korn and is now a bass player in Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cool. I love that. Like, that's such a cool story. Like, just the wheel of time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Time flies, man.
I know, it's scary.
It is. It is. Man. Thinking of, I still remember how it was buying that album on the day it came out. And it's now just a bit of 4 years ago. It's scary.
Yep.
So I was 13. So my birthday is in July, so it came out in June '96. I was 13.
It's
I was banging so hard to Ate My Bitch.
Yeah, it's such a gift though. All this stuff, and this is the sort of stuff that follows us through our whole life. Which is just amazing, and it's the stuff that you always come back to. I've got heaps of albums and artists like this that always come back to, and or never stop listening to in the first place. But it kind of keeps you connected with your younger self in a way, like the 90s, because we're about the same age, and I think maybe a year apart or something. There was just so much in the 90s. Like, it was just so exciting discovering all this stuff. And,
come on,
you know, like, you get an album like Load or the Black Album,
right?
You still got all that stuff prior
to
that.
And you experienced the transition to the other heavier stuff, like, you know, in the late 90s with Korn.
Yeah.
Or your experience then during the 90s, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, you name it. Or even Pantera, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man. The 90s were full of great music. Not only rock and metal, but also pop and hip-hop, actually.
Hip-hop, yeah. I love a lot of the 90s hip-hop. Even the pop stuff. You know, the pop rock stuff, the pop stuff, all of it, really.
Right.
And I listened to all of it. And I still listen to a lot of it now. It was just a great decade. I think I would have loved the 70s and 80s too, to be honest, if I was the same age.
But you know what I miss?
Yeah.
I miss going into a record store and having a physical copy. I'm not knocking the digital solutions, whatever streaming service you use. But there's something different going into a record store and holding it, unpacking, looking through the booklet, and stuff, you know, and while listening to the album.
Yep. You know, like the booklet of this, it's quite thick. Like, there's a lot in there, and you just don't get that experience with digital, unfortunately. It was a different thing. Like, it made you have to go out and get it, and just made it that little bit more special and not so maybe disposable. I know people still appreciate music these days, but having that physical thing was different. And I was listening to an interview with Jim Adkins from Jimmy Eat World. He was on the podcast with the guy from Good Charlotte recently, and they were talking about the 90s, because they're both from the 90s, you know, or their bands are from the 90s, and just having to go out and get the record, and possibly, you know, depending how big the album was, how popular, potentially missing out on getting a copy when it came out because it was sold out, you know, so, and then, it was just different. And I mean, I still buy physical albums and stuff, but I do use the digital stuff too. So it's a bit of a mix. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your go-to song when you listen to Load besides Until It Sleeps?
Well, I'd actually say it's track 2, 3, and 4. So 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is, I start with 2x4. I usually skip Ain't My Bitch, even though I like it. I do love that song, but I'll probably skip it if I listen to the album most of the time. 2x4, I just love the groove. House That Jack Built, I never skip. I fucking love that song, and it's probably my favorite off the album if I had to pick one. It's just heavy. It's dark.
It is.
And it's well written. And I just fucking love it. And obviously Until It Sleeps, and then King Nothing's still one of my favorites. But yeah, Bleeding Me is probably top 3 on that album. And then Outlaw Torn. But you know, there's a couple like The Cure, Poor Twisted Me, even probably Ronnie, probably the least favorite on that album. But you know, how good's like Wasting My Hate? Like, that's a fucking great song.
It is.
You know, yeah. What about you?
Well, man, I think you name it. But I think the top three are no order is Bleeding Me, Over Torn, House Jack Built.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
And I love to play Wasting My Hate too. I love to play a lot of these songs, but when it comes to really deep connection, it is Bleeding Me, Over Torn, and House Jack Built.
Mm.
And don't get me started with Ronnie. I really need to learn this one.
Mm.
It's not easy to play, man.
Yeah. Yep. And like always, Hetfield's singing these as well as playing, which
that on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just still think it's a good album, and I'd probably go to this before I go to Reload, but there's no need to. People always compare them. I guess it's natural, but and then when I was younger, from that I went to Garage Inc. That was a massive double album for me. I didn't care that they were cover songs. I had the T-shirt and it didn't fit me properly. I wish I'd have kept it actually, but yeah. So I was actually listening to that today, Garage Inc.
Really? Very nice.
Again. Yeah.
Top song on that is Turn the Page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Top song.
Yeah.
I also love the idea of combining two Sabbath songs. So, Sabbath Cadabra.
Mm.
It's two Sabbath songs actually.
Yep. But
perfectly combined. But the opener as well. Free speech for the dog.
Yeah.
And again, Bob Rock. Produced by Bob Rock. It sounds amazing. This is something I don't mind. Their more high gainy stuff on the Black Album or even Justice, or the Puppets as well. But when they started to lower the gain a bit, they got more tone.
Mm.
And then combining that with different amps and cabs and guitars and the gain structure, which is something I really love. I don't get me wrong, I love gain, not as much as Pantera. Level Dimebag was a gainiac, and come on. But the tone they had on Load and Garage Inc. This is something I would love to do myself when it comes to being able to record own songs. Also, Jason, the bass sound on Load from Jason is amazing. And I remember correctly, he gave an interview, and the way they recorded the bass for this song, for this album, so much stuff. But it makes sense on some levels. And I also wished I would have seen him live on that tour.
Yeah. Yep. Because again, it was a different era of Metallica. I think what we first saw was after Saint Anger, and there was definitely a crossover point there. But yeah, seeing Metallica in the 80s would have been different to seeing Metallica in the 90s, as it was in the 2000s and now. So it's a journey, and we're lucky we've still got them, and we've got a lot to thank them for. They've been there for our whole life, and they'll be there for the rest of our lives, which is just incredible.
And you still have a lot of Load and Reload on later projects. I mean, listen to Death Magnetic, End of the Line.
Mm.
Some part of this could have been on even Load or Reload.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The riff by itself, man. And then you have songs like All Nightmare Long, which could have been on the early stuff. some wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, Load and Reload. I don't know. Would have put them on one album, but what songs? This is something that would change probably on a daily basis because it's how you feel on that day. You may prefer like Hero of the Day, and the next day you don't like the song so much because you feel different, and you don't want to put it on one album.
Yeah.
I would probably skip Ronnie.
Yeah. But then,
even though it's cool,
it's a cool song though. But yeah, it is down the bottom compared to some of the other songs, but
right?
It's still a cool song. So, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. What can you say? This is what they gave us, and very grateful. So,
absolutely.
And don't forget, off Reload, Attitude. Like, Attitude's a kick-ass song.
It is.
Born into Attitude. It's cool.
It is.
Cool song. Yep. But yeah,
it's fun.
Unforgiven 2 was a big one when I was younger. I've still got the CD single of that, actually. I had a couple of live songs, I think. What was it? Of Wolf and Man.
Love that song.
I can't remember what else. Pretty sure I've still got the single. But yeah, Of Wolf and Man and a couple of others. Oh, Four Horsemen. That was another one.
Oh, yeah.
Live.
It's my favorite from Kill 'Em All.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Just so many songs. And that's what I mean. Like, how can you possibly pick a set list? It's crazy.
Which makes the Sphere experience pretty interesting then. What, they're playing like 22 shows there? We talk about Load.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, Kill Right Bentley on that Cunning Stunts was great.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. That was actually almost my favorite part of this. It was just really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
cool.
You know, it stood out. Definitely stood out. I think from memory, actually, it made, because I was in my first band at that time, and we came up with our own Metallica medley, which ended up going for like 20 minutes or something. We just kept adding sections of songs to it, and it just became incredibly long. So it's kind of cool though.
But again, there's so much material, even to this point. Where do you start?
Yep. But yes, Metallica's a journey. There's different eras, and you know, people are going to have their favorites, but at the end of the day, it's all important, and it's all probably the reason why we've still got them today. Right. So let's see what they come out with next, huh?
Who do you think there's something coming?
Well, what was 72 Seasons? Was that 2023 or 2022?
3 years ago, I think. So 2023.
2023.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So, and Hardwired was in 2016, and then we got 72 Seasons in 2023. So there's a pretty decent gap, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Even Death Magnetic was 2008, and then Hardwired was in 2016. So it's like almost 8-year gaps if they follow that same trend. So probably going to be a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did see them last time, 2008, you say. Which songs of Load did you experience?
Ooh. I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. I'd have to look at the set list. I can't remember. It was a while ago. It's like 18 years ago.
Oh yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. I can't remember actually. Actually, I'd be pretty keen to look up the set list to see what they played. But yeah, it was a good show. I remember, especially with Lamb of God as well, which I wasn't a huge fan, and I'm probably still not. But it was good. They sounded good. So, yeah, definitely overdue to see another Metallica show. That's for sure.
Weren't they supposed to play in Australia a couple years ago?
Yeah,
but that got cancelled.
Yeah, I think James ended up in rehab or something, maybe.
Oh yeah. So it must have been like 2018.
Yeah, just before.
Probably.
Yep.
I saw them on that tour.
Yep.
In Mannheim, open air, and they played Autotorn. That was amazing.
Yep, I bet.
And even then, when they played in San Francisco for the 30th anniversary, they played Bleeding Me. The fucking ride symbol came back on the drums at full hours. And he says, "Is that a ride? He hasn't played a ride in centuries."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got rid of that. I think, I don't know, late 90s, only using the China. God damn. Hate that thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And they started Bleeding Me, and I heard this gong-like sound. And so, is that a ride? Amazing.
Wow.
I tell you, that was an experience. 40th anniversary was amazing.
Oh, I bet. Especially from their hometown, San Francisco, where they started.
I recently got this.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
From the show?
That's from the show, yes.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine gave it to me, and I made he got a pick from me, which he hadn't. It's this vulture pick with his James signature on the back.
Oh yeah.
This is a pick that came out with the vulture, and we changed picks, and he gave me this 40-year anniversary pick. So that was a nice change.
So did Hetfield throw those out? Was he?
No. This I got this. I think that was the last time I went to the Frankfurt Music Mess, or one of the last times, and the vulture just came out. So this is like a promotion pick.
Okay. Same
with the camo white fang picks that came out with the snakebite camo.
That one?
Exactly. Genau.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this pick came out with the ESP snakebite camo in the camouflage.
Yeah. I've got
and these are black fangs.
Got the black fang as well.
Yes.
Which is
nice.
They're
well,
cool.
I used I went back a couple of years ago to the regular Tortex, but the threes with the sharper pointy.
Oh yeah.
There, you know.
Yep.
And I do the Scott Ian Dimebag style. I score my picks for better grip.
Yeah.
I still prefer the sound and the feel of the Tortex compared to the Oltex picks.
Yeah. Is that the 88 mil, the green one there?
Yes.
Yeah. I used to use those a lot. I sort of went up to the blue one, which is the 1 mil.
Yes.
I just found that. But I still like the green, and I even go up to the purple sometimes, which is the 1.14, just for some of the heavier stuff. But it's hard to beat the Tortex. They're still probably one of my favourite picks.
There it is. So I used this dart right here.
Oh yeah.
It has a metal tip.
Yeah.
So this is sharp enough to scratch these picks.
Yeah. Do you just go straight across, like straight across the?
No. In an angle. Let me see if you can see it there. So it's several scratches. I don't know if you can see it right. So I could. So
yeah, diagonal sort of thing.
Exactly. So several.
Yep. Okay.
To have a bigger grip surface.
Yep. Yeah, that was a dime bag thing, huh?
It is. And I tried it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, I don't mind playing these white fangs. I still have them, of course.
Yeah.
But they're expensive.
Yes, they are. Very expensive. Yeah. And they do have the grip thing, but they're kind of not grippy at the same time. I don't know. I don't find them that comfortable.
It works, but it's a tone and a feel difference. I still prefer, like I said, the tone and the feel of the Tortex. They're a bit smoother and not so picky, especially on the high strings.
Yeah, they're hard to beat. Actually, I don't even remember where I got this, but I got Death Magnetic. Can you see that? Pick?
Oh yeah, cool.
Actually, can't even remember where the hell I got that. Oh, maybe it was.
Wasn't that part of the Death Magnetic box?
Yeah, but I haven't got that. I wonder if I got that at the gig that went to in 2008, maybe.
Might be.
Maybe.
Might be.
Anyway, I kept it, so I don't use it though. It's on display.
Well, I have a couple now. The last, obviously from Frankfurt, this triangle with the Justitia on the back.
Yeah.
And the other.
Is that a bass pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other has the. Who is this? I don't know.
I can't see it.
No?
No. It's not really coming.
Send you a picture later.
Okay.
But it's also the German flag on the front. But this is a different date.
Yep.
I don't know why they changed from the regular picks to the triangle bass picks. I don't care. As long as I got one.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you got the Epiphone Hammett guitar? Did you get that?
The Flying V, yes.
Yeah. How's that going?
So great, actually. I still use it. I have it in my box.
Yeah.
Over there. I also have the L2D KH3 Spider, which is a really heavy guitar. Around a little over 4 kilos. So what is it? Almost 10 pounds? Something?
Yeah.
Really heavy. I didn't expect that at all. But I changed the bone breaker bridge pickup to a regular 81. And and the Flying V came with passive pickups, these Rhythm T-type pickups. Not bad pickups, but I made the switch first to another passive pickups, the Bill Lawrence or Bill and Becky L500XL, so the Dimebag pickup, before he switched to Seymour Duncan's, the Dimebucker, and a 59 bridge in the neck position. But I made the switch again to EMG, so also the 81 in the bridge and the Kirk Hammett neck pickup in the neck, obviously. For a more consistent sound when it comes to swapping guitars. But it feels great. I really like the neck, and I prefer that neck over the Gibson Kirk Hammett, because the Gibson neck is a lot more narrow and a bit skinnier, and not as bad as the extra thin U. No, other way around. The extra thin U is not as bad as the Gibson neck. So the extra thin U is really thin, but the Gibson neck is killing. is killing me. So the strings don't have enough space for my sausage thingers. You know?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it sounds great. I really love it.
Yeah.
It's one of my daily playing guitars. Even though I have the MX and the Truckster and the Snackbite.
Yeah.
I really like the Flying V and the Spider.
Have you got the V? Is that just in standard tuning?
No, all my guitars beside the baritone are tuned down and half step.
Half step.
And my white Snakebite is in standard.
Yeah.
With 9s on it.
Oh wow, it's pretty light.
Yeah, it is. 9 to 46, and the other guitars have 10 to 48, except for the Truckster. The Truckster is 11 to 50.
Yeah. Are they the Hetfield strings? Because he's 11 to 50 or 10 to 50?
11 to 50.
That tin. I got that tin of Hetfield strings.
Yeah, it's 11 to 15.
11.
Kemet is using 10 to 48s nowadays.
Right, yep. Okay. Yeah, the 48, sometimes, depending on what guitar you use, I guess. Because I play mostly in E flat as well, tuning, but sometimes I'll drop it down to a D flat. The 50 is good, but the 48 is a little bit floppy sometimes. It doesn't always work well when dropped down to D flat, but depending on the guitar as well. So, yeah.
What's really interesting is the Flying V and the Spider have the same string gauges, so 10 to 48. But even though the scale length on the Spider is the same as on the Flying V, so 24 and 7 quarter, a 3/4 quarter, sorry. The tension feels a bit more loose on the Flying V. Spider feels more. It feels differently. I don't know if it is because of the Floyd Rose compared to stop bar tailpiece. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the Flying V rings. I just love to play it.
Yep. Well, this is why we need lots of different guitars, because they're all
That's
different.
true.
They all feel different.
And even though they can be the same model and just different color, I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Well, Jörg, nice to see you again. Thank you
Nice
for
to see you,
coming on the
buddy.
podcast.
Oh, thank you.
We could probably talk about Metallica all night, but
Yeah,
yes,
days.
we've veered off here and there into different parts of Metallica, but it's only natural. So, but I think we covered most of what we aim to talk about with this one. So, happy anniversary to Load. Happy 30th.
Right.
And also wanted to send out a well wishes to Jason, I guess. You know, yeah, I think he's okay now. I think from what I've heard, is that right? He was saying he's
Latest news is he's cancer free, and he's going on tour with his band Chop House. So,
yeah, it's kind of cool how that Metallica sort of they got him a little bit involved for the 30th anniversary of this one and Reload, didn't they? Like, got him
you
to
mean
do the box set.
Unpacking?
Yeah,
unpacking. Yes, for Reload.
Yeah,
and he did the unpacking for the Black Album as well.
Yeah.
Load, I think it was Kirk Hammett.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But either way, I don't care. Yep. I'm just happy they are still around. We can cherish the band and the music we love, no matter what your album of preference is. I don't care. We are all happy with the music they put out, no matter if it's the new ones or the old ones. And we can just cherish the time we have with them and enjoy the music as much as we can. This is what's it all about, for me, at least.
Yep. No, they're a big part of our lives, and like I said, they'll always be. You know, you and I, we've had them since our teenage years,
Exactly.
and well into our 80s and 90s, I guess. You know, we'll be on here when we're in our 60s or 70s and talking about maybe the 50th anniversary of Load.
That would be great.
Oh man, yeah. So no, that Metallica is just, I don't know, larger than life. Like, they're just ingrained in us. You know, it's
Right.
it's hard to even put into words. So
Yeah.
just yeah, hugely grateful for a band like Metallica. So
like, thank you, Metallica.
thank you, Metallica.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yep. Well, thanks for coming on, Jörg. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, my pleasure. Always.
We'll chat again soon. And
Yes.
thanks everybody for tuning in. Go and give Load another listen if you haven't listened for a while. You know, maybe you were one of those people that didn't like it when it first came out. Maybe go back and have another listen. You might change your perspective. Maybe not. But anyway, it's been good chatting about it. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And thank you, Jörg. And we'll catch you for another episode of Fox on the Wire very soon. Cheers.